Hey everyone, want to give you a quick review of the Guyker roller bridge for Epiphone, and probably you could use this for Gibsons, either in the Les Pauls or probably in the SGs, maybe in 335s, not sure. I have Les Paul, so, but here's what it looks like. Let's see if I can give it to you here, and I'll let the camera does a good job here. Got these rollers on them, and I put it upside down here. I'll put it like this so you can see. It says Guyker, Amazon type thing. You could adjust the intonation, and then you have here like Allen screws that keeps it kind of connected to the bridge. So give it a try. Comes with 2 posts, but what I'm looking at is that the looks like it'll connect with the already existing post in the guitar, so I don't think it has. Also comes with a small Allen wrench, which is meant for here, I guess. Yeah, right there. God, here we go. But anyway, it's weird. It came in this weird packaging, but then like I ordered 2 of them, so the second one came in a better packaging like this. So I'm assuming that the first one that I got was probably a return. Yeah, it doesn't look like a return, but it probably is. And the connection, the color on it is a little bit different. Intonation is different too. We'll give it a try. Yeah, so I'm also gonna give a try. Well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna give this a try. String Butler, and let me open it up. There's 2 versions that you can get. So you can get the variant 1, variant 2, variant 3, and then variant 4, and then there's a variant 5. So the one I got, which I think was it's what I got is the variant 1, because I didn't want to have to remove the tuning pegs, and I think this works pretty. I think it works good. It actually screws into your truss rod cover. Here's what it looks like. Not bad. Made out of this anodized aluminum, pretty lightweight. Has rollers here. See, I don't know if you can see, but if I bring the camera up here, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm trying to direct myself to the camera here. See, it's got these rollers, and that should allow the string to roll around. So, I'm gonna cut off for a second, and I put this on the guitar, and see if it'll work. I'm gonna put it on that guitar, and I will be right back. I'm back. So what I'm gonna do first is I am going to tune the guitar. It's pretty much in tune already, but hear it. Alright, so final verdict. I will talk about it now. And we're back again. So let's talk about the final verdict. A couple of things I do need to talk about. I did originally put the string Butler on the guitar, but I since took them off. A couple of things that I want to talk about. That the Guyker roller thing worked, but then I lost trust in it. Well, okay. So, couple of things that I need to cover, and I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. I originally put the string Butler along with the Guyker roller thing, the roller bridge, and it had worked for a while. I remember I left the guitar in my basement, which is relatively cold. I live in upstate New York, so it can get pretty chilly in the basement. I say around 54 to 60 degrees. I just leave it warm enough so that the pipes don't freeze in my basement. There's no need for me to actually keep it warm, unless of course I have band practice. Then I turn the temperature up. So I want to say that yes, the roller bridge does work, and so does the string Butler. And I will show you the string Butler that's on. I removed it from the black ebony Les Paul and put it on the ivory Les Paul, and I'll show you that after. And so a couple of things that I want to mention. I took the black Les Paul to a gig, and I got through 2 songs. By the time I finished the second song, I ditched Les Paul and started playing my Telecaster. I just did not have any trust in the tuning stability of the Les Paul, and that was with the string Butler and the Guyker roller bridge. So now here's the thing. I'm not saying that this didn't fix the problem. I believe that the bigger issue with the black Les Paul is the actual tuning pegs, which I will fix soon enough. I have some tuning pegs on the way. I usually get the hip shot tuning pegs, and I'll talk about that once I get them. I did put a roller bridge on the white or the ivory Les Paul and the string Butler on that one, and that is giving me much better tuning stability. And my suspicion for that is that the tuning pegs on the ivory one are the Grover tuning pegs with the kidney bean tuners. That seems to be a much better stable system, and I will show you that after I talk about this again. Couple of things to take away from this is that the string Butler is gonna run you about $50, and the reason why I bought variant 1 is because I didn't want to cover that beautiful Les Paul custom diamond shape that's on the headstock. I think that's something that's visually is appealing to me, and I also feel like it would be visually appealing to anyone in the audience looking at the guitar. So, without further ado, let me show you the Ivory Les Paul. There's the string Butler on this Epiphone, and of course, I have the roller bridge as well. And it's been sitting for about a couple of hours now, and haven't had to tune it. So I say that it's worth getting. The black, the black guitar, black Les Paul works now. I took the string Butler off of it. I left the roller bridge on it, and tuning stability seems to be okay. It's not the greatest, but it's okay. I found that both the roller bridge and the string Butler on the ivory or the white guitar is giving it much better tuning stability. And my feeling is that if you are going to, it's going to cost you roughly about $75, $80 to get both the string Butler and the roller bridge. The roller bridge is about $25, and the string Butler is going to run you about $50, give or take. So just keep that in mind when you are looking to look for tuning stability. On the black guitar, I will have to update you on whether or not it's going to stay in tune. It has been staying in tune with just the roller bridge. But like I said, I went to a gig and I did not trust the tuning stability after 2 songs. There could have been a lot going on. I know there was very hot on stage, and I think that might have affected the tuning stability, but I didn't feel like playing around with it, so I did just pick up my telly. I always bring 2 guitars to a show just in case like a string breaks or I have an issue with tuning stability. And so I had my telly and I went through the rest of the gig with my Telecaster. Really, I wanted to use the Les Paul because the Les Paul has a better sound to it. It has the 3-way selector switch, which I can do that, low volume, and then when I want to do solos, flip it into another area where it's a higher volume. So instead of messing around with the volume control and stuff like that. So I wanted to give you just the overall pros and cons of the Guyker roller bridge. It is a very popular replacement on a lot of Les Paul style guitars, and you'll also see them on SG style and ES335s. And any type of style guitar that has a kind of a tailpiece and bridge. Well, let's look at the pros. One is that it really is a smooth performer. It does reduce the friction of the roller saddles. Definitely do reduce the friction. It also does help with maintaining tuning stability, especially if you have a tremolo style of Les Paul or you added a Bixby type of system to your guitar. It is adjustable. It's fully adjustable. It can give you the precise intonation settings that you want. I think the build quality is really good. It is a very solid construction, durable, and it's very much compatible with the most variety of Gibson and Epiphone models. So you don't really need to do anything like change out the posts or anything of that nature. It's a very simple drop-in type of process. And I can only say that for myself, that it was a very simple drop-in process. Let's go to the cons. Installation, for those of you who don't have like Les Pauls, Gibsons or Epiphones, it's going to require some tricky bit of installation. I'll just put it that way. And then for some traditionalists, the aesthetics of it doesn't look right for some people, where you don't have that traditional tunematic bridge and you have this Guyker bridge. And hopefully, but I am the kind of person that values playability over, how things look in a way. Okay, so now I'm going to give you the pros and cons of the string Butler. Again, pros: definitely improved tuning stability. It gives that angle that you need for the D and the D through B strings. I think it does a really good job of kind of reducing the friction from the usual, that really harsh break angle that you get from the nut. The installation is relatively easy. I didn't have to, in this, if you get the variant one, you don't have to remove any tuning pegs. You just basically replace the truss rod cover, and it's very simple installation, I should say. And it does enhance the playability of at least my instrumental, especially again, if you have a vibrato type of guitar, or if you have, one of those Bixby type things. Also, it just allows for you to bend strings easier without having to worry about, like, string breakage because of the harsh bend to the string. So what are some of the cons? The biggest con is the aesthetics, especially if you don't get the variant one for Les Paul, for Gibson and Epiphone. It can cover the inlays, if you will, of the headstock, and that's something that you might want to consider. So I would say, if you don't want to cover those, I would get the variant one. If you're not really caring about the inlays, then you could probably go for either the variant 2s or 3s. I think it goes up to 4, but I really don't know what the 4 does. I think the 4 is more of a truss rod cover again, but it's a wider one or a bigger one. Another thing is that it's not universal fit. You have to make sure that you get the right type of variant for you. So you want to make sure that you read the information. I got it from Amazon, so I read and a lot of times I also read the reviews to see, because some people have bought it for another style of guitar and it didn't fit for them, so you have to be careful. There is some potential for misalignment, so you make sure you have to install it correctly. Make sure you align it correctly, because it can cause misalignment of the strings. Overall, though, I'm very satisfied with both of these products, and I would recommend, if you are having some tuning stabilities, to at least look into these two products. For the black guitar, I am going to go further into changing out the tuning pegs, because the ones that came with it, it's basically Epiphone labeled tuning pegs. It doesn't say Grover on it or any other. It just says Epiphone. So you kind of have an idea that it's going to not be, good quality. It's a Clusen style, but you can tell it's not. It's very cheap kind of feeling tuning pegs. So I'm gonna change that out. For the white guitar, those were Grover tuners, much better designed tuners. I'm very satisfied with how they are, and so I'm probably won't be changing those out. So I give it a try, and I'll give you an update on what's going on with the black Les Paul, and we'll go from there. Thanks again for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time.